How's it going, guys? My name is 𝘧𝗧𝙧𝙖𝙜𝙧 and welcome to my channel where we try to bring out the best in every Pokemon available in the art of Pokemon battling. Today I have a truly amazing battle ahead against Cody in the Pokemon Battle Hub Discord server. It's a close one, that's for sure, but who will come out on top? Let's find out. Okay, Cody's brought a pretty strong looking team with the Hydreigon being a threat, Enamorus, a Petrol, definitely big threats right there. And obviously Frosmoth and 𝘧𝗪𝙧 are lower tier stuff, which is great to see. Same with 𝘧𝗪𝙧, I think it's just a low tier Rapid Spinner, right? I can't remember what tier it's in, like it's been a while. But I'm looking at their squad and I'm thinking maybe a Hydreigon lead to get Stealth Rocks up, because sometimes they do run Stealth Rocks. And to be fair, they've got enough power on the team. I mean, they've got Frostloss, 𝘧𝗪𝙧, and Enamorus for the special offensive Pokemon. So Hydreigon might be a lead Stealth Rock team lead, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to lead off with my... I want to lead off with Dragapult. I really do. I think I will lead off with Dragapult. And the battle begins. Good luck, have fun, Cody. So they're going to lead off with Enamorus, which is a very good lead. As I led off with my Dragapult. So they definitely called the lead right. In other words, I'm thinking we just go for a U-turn here, but they could be Scarfed, and I don't want to get smashed in the face with a Moonblast. So I think my best bet here is probably to go into the Iron Treads or the Skarmory. Now, they could have Mystical Fire. I think I'm going to go into Iron Treads. It's got a bit more special bulk than Skarmory does. That's for sure. And it's also Air Balloons. If they do switch moves and go for an Earth Power, we're going to live that. So we're floating the other Air Balloon. They decide to go for a Moonblast straight off the bat, telling me they might have been Scarfed. We still don't know for sure. The Air Balloon does pop, though. So what I'm going to have to do now is I think they have to switch out here because we could have Iron Head. So I might go for a clean knockoff and get rid of whatever item it's got. They actually, yeah, we outspeed them, so they're not Scarfed. But they are heavy duty boots. And now they're going to go for an Earth Power, which is probably going to KO us. Yep, KOs us. So we lost Iron Treads, but we did get rid of their heavy duty boots, I guess. I thought they might be choice locked, but I don't know. I never know what Enamorus run, to be fair. It's not a Pokemon I'm commonly using, you know? So now what? I think the best thing to do is go Glimmora. Because not only does it eat a hit with the Focus Sash, but we can KO with Sludge Wave. Provided they actually, you know, don't Terra here. They could Terra. If they do, we still get some damage off. Question is, what would they Terra into? If they're expecting a Sludge Wave, they could Terra Steel. Is it better for me to get my Stealth Rocks up? I don't think they Terra this early, so I'm going to go for a Stealth Rocks. They do withdraw. Okay, that's great. They might not even have a Terra for us. They could be Terra Stella, to be fair, with Contrary, so... They probably don't want to do it with that. So Hydreigon comes in nice and shiny as well. We go for a Stealth Rock. Oh, the Enamorus was shiny as well. I forgot about that. I forgot that was released recently. In an Ultra Ball, right? Wink, wink. Right, so obviously I want to preserve my Sash here. I do have a switch in, depending on what they go for. So I believe what I'm going to do is go into the Wo-Chien. I think that's our best option because it is specially defensive after all. So as long as they're not Terra Bug with Terra Blast, we're all right. Plus, I have a feeling this is a Stealth Rock set anyway. So we get that Tablet of Ruin, lowering their attack. They do go for an Earthquake, so they're a physical one. So that works out even better than I thought it would. Because that is not going to do anything to us. And now we get to set up a Leech Seed on something. It could be this thing, it could be the next thing. I think it's likely they go for a U-turn here if they have it. So if we look at their Pokemon, I would say that, yeah, I think they go 𝘧𝗪𝙧 or something, or Frosmoth. So I think what I'm going to do here is just Leech Seed, just to get some health back on whatever they switch into, if they switch out, which they might not. They withdraw the Hydreigon. They don't have U-turn, otherwise they would have gone for it, unless they're locked in Choice Band or something like that. So they go into 𝘧𝗪𝙧. Now 𝘧𝗪𝙧 is a great switch here for them, because not only can it Rapid Spin away the Stealth Rock, it can also Rapid Spin the Leech Seed that I'm about to place on it, which is great. However, we can still get our Stealth Rocks back up. We've still got the Glimmora in the back, so I think it's going to be good to get rid of this 𝘧𝗪𝙧 as best as I can. So they're obviously going to get some Leech Seed, which is great. They're also not heavy duty boots, which is good to note. So what I could do here is I could go for a Foul Play, which I might actually do now. They go for a knockoff instead of a Rapid Spin, which is great for us. Knocking off our leftovers, but it's fine because Leech Seed is going to help with that. As we go for a Foul Play, that's going to do a nice chunk of damage to the 𝘧𝗪𝙧. Now, it doesn't have the best attack in the world, so 𝘧𝗪𝙧 might not take as much damage from the Foul Play as I would have liked, but it depends on the set they have. But one more will do it. So let's go for another Foul Play here. They actually go for a U-turn, which is going to sting a little bit, but it's not going to do too much damage because of that Tablet of Ruin. So I should be all right here. should be alright with whatever they go into. Foul Play is going to sting anyway. Frostmoth comes in. Well, it won't sting Frostmoth exactly, but it's nice and shiny as well. Gotta love it. So we go for a Foul Play. It's going to do a bit of damage. Nothing too drastic. And now we're going to have to make a hard switch out because they're going to go... I'd say they go for a Quiver here. But we don't have much to hit them other than Skarmory. So I'm going to go Skarmory now. And hopefully we can go for a Brave Bird and get some nice damage off on this thing. It depends what set it is, though. If it's like physically bulky with Quiver, we might have a problem on our hands. But they actually go for an Ice Beam, which is good for us. Does half, which is crazy damage. Which tells me they may be specs, or they just have naturally high special attack. I think the best thing to do here is, if we assume they're bulky based on the Foul Play damage, we should outspeed here and be able to go for a Brave Bird. So that's what I'm going to do. Obviously, this is all theoretical. They could outspeed as an Ice Beam KO us, but they do actually withdraw Frostmoth. They must have been thinking the same thing. And they go into Cyclizar, which is great for us because we're going to get rid of that thing with a Brave Bird right now. No, we're not actually because it's got Regenerator. Although Stealth Rocks do dig in. Well, either way, let's go for the Brave Bird first. Nearly gets the KO, which is fantastic. If they decide to go for a Rapid Spin here, we've got Rocky Helmet, so it'll fail. So I'm going to go for a Spikes. They actually have Overheat, which is interesting. So Cyclizar with Overheat's really cool to see. I'm wondering if they're a Jetpack. Or whatever it is. Jet Button or Jetpack, I can't remember. So I think now that it's got a lowered special attack, this might be a good opportunity for us to go into our Whiscash. So I think I'm going to go Whiscash. I think Whiscash friends this thing out. So let's go into Whiscash now. And looking at their squad that they've got left, we haven't got a single KO yet, but they've got 2 on us. So we're going to have to make some sort of comeback. Now, I'm leaning towards expecting a Pecharunt here. So I'm going to go for a Liquidation just to either get the KO on this thing, which it does get we are going to get the KO on it at least, but it does Rapid Spin on Stealth Rocks away, unfortunately. So Stones do disappear, but we at least get a KO with Liquidation on the Whiscash, which is great. So I could have Dragon Dance there, but I think it still outsped me after Dragon Dance anyway, because Whiscash needs at least 2 Dragon Dances to do its thing. And it doesn't look like it's going to happen this game because I can't foresee an opportunity arising. Hydreigon comes in, which is awesome for them. Less so for us. Now, I've got a couple of options here. I could Terra Ice Dragon Dance here. I could just Dragon Dance, to be fair. So I think I might stay in and see if I can get a Dragon Dance off. It depends on what set they are, though. If they're Crunch, they're Crunch. We live that, which is nice. And we get a Dragon Dance off, which is uber nice. So I am Terra Ice with Terra Blast on this thing. And I think that might be worth it just to get rid of the Hydreigon, if it can even KO. So I'm going to go for the Terra Blast now. Now, they could go into Pecharunt, but if they do, we can Earthquake that thing because it's not Levitate like I had in the back of my mind for some reason. So we're going to Terra. We Terra first, so we probably outspeed them with the Dragon Dance. If they have Terra, then they would obviously go last. So we'll have to see whether they Terra or not. But we go for that Terra Blast Ice, and that should KO the Hydreigon, provided they are Terra. They don't Terra Steel or Terra Poison or something like that. They haven't. We outspeed. That's great. Let's see if Terra Blast KOs. I don't think it will actually, but you never know. It's Life Orb. It does KO. Nice. We've got a Hydreigon KO. Nice. Whiscash coming through for us. What a beast. And we've got one more attacking us after that Life Orb, which is fantastic. So let's see what they go into now. And we'll just kind of go from there. Enamorus comes in. That's an interesting one because we know we outspeed them for a start. Because maybe. I don't know actually. They might Terra. I think I have to go for a Terra Blast here. They do withdraw the Enamorus, so okay, they're Switch Scouting. That's fair. And they're going to go into Frostmoth. That's a good play. I should have really foreseen that come in, but it's fine. Getting damage off on this Frostmoth is actually alright anyway, even if it's only going to be a minimal amount of damage because it's being resisted. But still, damage is damage, and that wasn't too bad to be fair. But we do lose one per the Whiscash, unfortunately, due to Life Orb recoil, but that is absolutely fine. Not too worried about that, to be honest with you. I think we have got this with Dragapult, so I'm going to go Dragapult now, and I'm going to Flamethrower. So we'll bring the Drazuka in. Now, they haven't Terra'd yet, which is good to know. So, do I get... Right, okay, so they're either going to switch out into Salazzle to take a Flamethrower, or they're going to Terra. So I'm going to U-turn right here, just to scout for the Terra, and also to see what they do with... Yeah, they do Terra. That's good. So I made the right play. So If I'd have gone for Flamethrower there and their Terra Water, that would have been really bad for us because we would have lost Dragapult, and I don't want to lose Dragapult just yet. They're actually Terra Ground, which is really interesting. So they have Ice Beam, they probably have Terra Blast and Bug Buzz, and then I'm guessing Quiver Dance, which is good to know. So we go for a U-turn. It does a bit of chip damage, not gonna lie. But they have got that ability called Special Scales, which is going to really help them here. So I think it's time for Wo-Chien to go down. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to get Wo-Chien down. I'm going to try and get Glimmora in after this, get the Stealth Rocks back up. And then we'll come in and we start doing stuff. So Ice Beam comes through. It is going to sting, but it doesn't quite get the KO, which is great, as now I can go for a Giga Drain if we outspeed, which I don't think we will, because it's probably got some speed investment. But we'll have to see. We do outspeed, which is great. We're going to get some health back with our Giga Drain, which is fantastic. Meaning Dragapult can safely come in and do its Shadow Ball goodness. So that's what we wanted. So Ice Beam comes through. That's obviously going to KO Wo-Chien. And that confirms this is a bulky Frosmoth as well. Not that it matters too much now, because Dragapult definitely KOs regardless of the set with Shadow Ball. So I'm going to go into Dragapult now. And I think Dragapult can really pull this back for us. So Dragapult comes in. Looking at their squad, I would say we've lost the Hydreigon and they've lost their normal typing Cyclizar. I think Shadow Ball Dragapult is definitely the way to go here, so that's exactly what I'm going to do. The Enamorus is probably going to go down to a Shadow Ball as well, because it will have less health, thanks to the Stealth Rock damage it took earlier. No, the knockoff damage it took earlier, as well as some other damage, I think. It depends, really. It depends. So, let's see what happens here. I believe we're all right. Alright, Salazzle comes in, which is a very interesting turn of events for us. So, with Salazzle in, we can switch out here, and we can go into Glimmora, which is exactly what I'm going to do. Now, I'm not too worried about the Salazzle with Glimmora. It can Toxic us thanks to its Corrosion ability, but we should be alright. So, let's go into Toxspin now, the Glimmora. And they go for a Sludge Bomb, which isn't going to do much damage to us at all. It does break a potential Sash, though, which, well, not a potential Sash. We have got a Sash. So we've got a couple of options here. We can go for a Power Gem. They might predict Earth Power and go Enamorus. So I think what I'm going to do is I am just going to go for the KO with a Power Gem. I think that is my best option because they are going to withdraw. Are they going to go Enamorus for the Earth Power resistance? Petrant comes in finally. So Petrant is here. Now Petrant is an interesting choice here. So we go for a Power Gem. We should do about a quarter. Yeah, there we go. And we've got an interesting position to be in, because what we could do is we could hard into Dragapult right now, but we could get our Stealth Rocks up at the same time, which is what I'm kind of leaning towards, because Stealth Rocks will do enough damage to Enamorus where Shadow Ball will KO. So I think we might have this in the bag with Dragapult, to be honest with you. So they go for a Parting Shot, which is going to lower our offenses, but it's fine because whatever they bring in, we can KO the rest of the team with Dragapult, I think. So this could be a good turnaround. Dragapult could be our win con here. Enamorus comes in. That thing's going to Earth Power me in the face. I just know it. But it is going to get some Stealth Rock chip here, which is great. So now it definitely goes down to Shadow Ball. We know it's not Assault Vest or anything daft like that. Let's go for another Power Gem just in case it doesn't KO us. But I know for a fact it will KO us with Earth Power, but you never know. So Earth Power comes through. That's going to KO us, which is unfortunate. Toxspin does go down. Toxspin does go down. So now we can go Dragapult, and we just have to click Shadow Ball, and I'm pretty sure Tree Spec Shadow Ball will KO the rest of their team. Salazzle's going to take Stealth Rock damage and go down. Petrant's obviously weak to it with some health damage done, and this thing's at half health, so if we go for a Shadow Ball, we should KO. Should. So Shadow Ball comes through, and if this doesn't KO, we lose, but if it does, we win. There we go. Nice. So Enamorus goes down. Now, there is the chance that Salazzle does live a Shadow Ball, probably. It's very frail though, so I don't think it will, but I'm overthinking it, I think. Salazzle, the Once Well Trained, comes in, which is awesome. Nice and shiny. It's Heavy Duty Boots, which is unfortunate, so that means it's probably going to live a Shadow Ball here, because they don't take that Stealth Rock chip. Yeah, the Heavy Duty Boots definitely save them there, but they have Sludge Bomb as their attacking move, which is unfortunately going to poison us, but I don't think the Poison Puppeteer ability works like that, so I think because we've already been poisoned now, we can't be puppeteered by the Petrant, but we can KO this Salazzle, which is great. So Dragapult making an epic comeback here is absolutely amazing. Like, we were losing, and Dragapult's just pulled back for a choice. Dragapult's such a good Pokemon, right? I know everyone already knows that, but I have to emphasize, it's such a good Pokemon. Now, I have to hope and pray that I understand the Petrant's Poison Puppeteer ability enough, so hopefully upon its entry it doesn't confuse us because we're poisoned. So let's see. If it does so, Stones Dig in. It doesn't. That's great. We go for a Shadow Ball. We get the KO. Should do anyway. There we go. I think that might be GG, to be honest with you. That might be GG. That might be GG. Yeah, it is. Awesome. So we made a nice comeback with Dragapult there, but GG Cody, that was a fun one. Nice and close. Nice and close, but very fun at the same time. And it was nice and long as well. So this will make a great video. GG.